Okay, so let me put this in such a. This is what me and my group have created for what we've learned this semester. Um, so we picked three different topics that I'll briefly go over. So the first one was the scientific method. The reason we picked this one was because we all kind of knew about it, but all of the details, for the most part, we all picked up on something new. Um, so, real brief explanations. You start by observing, so you make all your observations. You ask the question or identify some sort of problem. Hypothesis, hypothesis. You create a situation that you can then go and experiment. So that's where you would design and perform your experiment based off of your hypothesis. And then you would go into your analysis of your experiment, basically seeing if it worked or if it didn't work, and then drawing your conclusions, basically saying what worked, what didn't work, why something did or didn't work or pan out the way you thought it would. But yeah, we all picked this one just because of how thorough it is, compared to the rest of certain sciences. So the next topic we talked about was why is the sky blue? So we all growing up heard all the different explanations and everything. And so actually hearing about the reason being that the molecules in Earth's atmosphere are scattered due to sunlight. Um, it was the most detailed explanation we had heard. Um, and the explanation being that it's blue specifically is because of the fact that blue light becomes more scattered easier because of the shorter wavelength compared to other colors like red or yellow. Um, and the name, none of us had heard the name before, called Rayleigh scattering, which is just, as this says, causing the human eye to perceive the sky as blue. And that's just what the phenomenon is called. So then the last thing, notice my colors are a little different. That's okay. Um, is the lifetime of the stars. So we'd all heard of like white dwarf and black holes, and some of us have had heard of like the red giants and stuff like that. What we didn't know, let's see if I can move this. I can put that there. Um, we didn't realize just how complex the lifetime of stars can be. So what we've created here, you start at the stellar nebula, and that can go one of two ways. It can either become a high mass star or a low mass star. If you take the high mass star route, then following those blue arrows, it would become a red supergiant, and then a supernova, and then a neutron star, and then a black hole. Or if it were to become a low mass star, it would go low mass star, red giant, planetary nebula, white dwarf into a black dwarf. And we had just never seen it laid out in front of us with this many options to be had. And that is all three of the concepts we decided to go over, and what we had learned throughout the semester.